Hello and thank you for joining us for this week's MacDesk Floor Report. I'm Rebecca Darst from the Market Access Center here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow was down 125 points on fairly shallow volume here on this summer Thursday, but we've got a lot of potential catalysts simmering on global markets. First of all, we've got a summit of European heavy hitters going on right now, with German Chancellor Angela Merkel hosting French President François Hollande for bilateral talks aimed at finding some kind of consensus on aid for Greece. Both leaders are due to meet separately with Greece's Prime Minister later this week. We've got comments due out at 7 p.m. Berlin time. That would have been about 1 p.m. our time from both Merkel and Hollande. And while there have been no earth-shattering quotes hitting the wires as yet, equities have been trading to session lows in recent minutes. That has also been attributed in part to comments from Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney to the effect that he would not support another round of quantitative easing and that he would not appoint Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke for another term. Bear in mind, earlier today we had comments from German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble on German public radio. These were comments picked up by Bloomberg to the effect that giving Greece more time to meet its obligations is no solution to its problems and would only create more trouble for creditors than it's worth. Although he did favor awaiting the results of the next Troika report in September. We've also been hearing some odd reports that urgings from the ECB for Greece to monetize some of its national assets may lead the country to resort to selling some of its uninhabited islands. Still, other reports making the round suggest Spain has been in talks with Eurozone officials over debt relief, but that a decision is not expected on that front before mid-September. Bear in mind, this is roughly the same time that the German High Court rules on the constitutionality of the European Stability Mechanism, that is the bailout mechanism known as the ESM. Heading into the U.S. session this morning, we didn't have a lot of support from the overseas macro data points anyway. Any positive momentum on the relatively benign tone to yesterday afternoon's FOMC minutes was quickly exhausted, and instead, market participants were forced to contend with China's HSBC manufacturing PMI, which came in light but gave rise to rumors of a reduction in bank reserve requirements. That old saw. German and French manufacturing data came in a little better than expected, but this wasn't much help to European indices against the backdrop of so much uncertainty from the Eurozone's southern periphery. Here on the stateside beat, we had relatively little market reaction to the latest weekly initial jobless claims, which rose by 4,000 new claims last week. July new home sales data came in a little better than analysts were expecting, up 33.6% in July, thanks to a little relief in the overhang of distressed properties on the real estate market. On the whole, the mood today has been meanderingly risk-off. Stocks lower, treasuries higher, gold higher, and the VIX up sharply and printing back above a reading of 16, more than a full point higher. As we told you in the midday, we've been seeing some demand for option premium in the oil space via the U.S. Oil Fund, with players positioning either very short term in the August 24 weeklies or pushing their investment horizon out about 4 months. We've also been seeing opening customer buyers of September at the money puts on the long end of the U.S. Treasury curve. This is ticker TLT, which is indexed to a Barclays 20-year Treasury index. The fund is continuing a week of daily gains, but is off its late July highs. Today's trader may be either betting on a give back of those gains over the next few weeks, or maybe hedging a Treasury bullish position elsewhere. In any case, for additional market insights, check your inbox for the midday. That is, if you can't drop by and see us at the Market Access Center on the trading floor. For now, that's it from me, Rebecca Darst, for the MacDesk Floor Report.